What is up, YouTube? It's your boy The Walk 71. Replaced it with a 4, and I am here with my WWE Clash of Champions 2017 review for you all. And man, I don't know how I feel about this pay-per-view. It was 2 good matches out of the 7, but it was just a drag for a lot of matches. I don't know. I guess the sooner I get this review over with, the sooner I can get a YouTube, and then I'll be done with this pay-per-view for a whole. But as a whole, this pay-per-view was... It was alright. I don't know. I would compare this to Justice League. It was everything I expected and nothing else, I guess. I don't know. But let's get into it. So first we opened up, not even opened up. We had the quick show. The pre-show match, which was Zack Ryder versus Mojo Rawley. And this is how much stock WWE has into this match. They actually had a pre-promo package before this match, and it made Mojo Rawley look kind of not like a star, but it made me take him more serious until his entrance started. Then I was just like, oh no, screw this. This man garbage. So his entrance music, first of all, garbage, bro. Oh my god. It's like WWE gets it, or WWE or CFOs or whoever does the music now. It's like they get it right with certain people, and then they always mess up with somebody else. For example, the Undisputed Era theme song, great. The Bludgeon Brothers theme song, great. Mojo Rawley's theme song, trash. Big Cass's theme song, garbage. Like, I don't understand. His theme song was garbage. But I was like, alright, I'll get past it. Then his entrance happens. This man, Mojo Rawley, I thought he's done with the whole football stuff, you know, doing the whole football gimmick. Let me move my mic over. He's done with the whole football gimmick. This man decides to turn around, get in a defensive lineman stance, and run to the ring. I'm like, oh, you know what? I'm done with him. I was trying, guys. I literally was trying to give Mojo a chance to show me something different, because he was getting props for his promo he cut on Twitter, and the way he was talking, he was telling a story of how he felt as though Zack Ryder ruined his career. He can do everything on his own. I was like, all right, let's see what happens. And then this happens. And then Zack Ryder comes out with his theme song. The match happens. I barely paid attention. I'll tell you who won. It was Mojo Rawley. I'm sorry, but Mojo's entrance has to go. You can't be doing that football stuff. That football stuff is behind you, my guy. Like, you can't come out in a defensive lineman stance and run to the ring. I thought you were done with that. You should have just came out walking all serious like the Usos or something like that. But instead you decided to run to the ring. Like, what okay. Alright. So then we opened up with the first championship match of the night, because the pay-per-view is called Clash of Champions, where all titles are on the line. But this pay-per-view has really lost its meaning, because almost every pay-per-view has every single title on the line, especially like WrestleMania or SummerSlam or something like that. Most pay-per-views will always have all titles on the line, so I really don't understand that the theme of this pay-per-view. But anyways, we opened up with a triple threat match for the United States Championship match, as Baron Corbin defended his U.S. Championship against the glorious Bobby Roode and Dolph Ziggler. And honestly, I'm gonna keep it $150 with you guys. I barely paid attention to this match up until like the end. I know at the beginning they jumped Baron Corbin, Bobby Roode, and Dolph Ziggler. They were fighting, you know, all kind of stuff happened. I really am trying to think of some stuff that happened. The ending surprised the ever-living crap out of me. So Baron Corbin decided to put Bobby Roode, no. Bobby Roode went for, I believe, the glorious DDT on Dolph Ziggler. And I think Baron Corbin pulled Bobby Roode off of him and tried to go for the pin. Dolph Ziggler kicked out. But the ending of this match surprised me, because it was the far left. I didn't even think it was going to happen, but it did. So Baron Corbin went for the end of days on Bobby Roode, and Dolph Ziggler came out of nowhere, hit the zigzag while he was hitting the end of days. It's kind of like that spot that happened on that triple threat match between Ziggler, AJ Styles, and Baron Corbin for the WWE title on SmackDown, actually last December of last year. But this time it actually worked, because Dolph Ziggler pinned Baron Corbin for the 1, 2, 3. Dolph Ziggler is your new United States championship. Dolph Ziggler is your new United States champion. You're not hearing this wrong. Dolph Ziggler is the U.S. champion, my guy. He is the mid-card champion of SmackDown once again. I don't know what's going on. Like, Dolph Ziggler has been dead for months. Like, he shows up to have a match with whoever's coming up from NXT. Then he disappears. Then he just randomly shows up and he wins the title. Honestly, I mean, it's whatever to me, because I didn't expect it. So I'm glad WWE you know, with something different. I wonder what they're gonna do with this. Baron Corbin took the pinfall, which was very interesting since, you know, I thought WWE would have him in the higher graces. I thought I was going to have Bobby Roode win because then I had an idea of having Bobby Roode versus Jinder Mahal for the U.S. title and yada, yada, yada. But I'll talk about that at another time if that ever happens. Bobby Roode didn't take the pinfall. Baron Corbin did. So now we're going to see what's going to happen between Ziggler and Corbin concerning the U.S. title. But honestly, if I'm going to keep it real, I would rather have Ziggler as champion than Corbin, because I'm not that big of a fan of Baron Corbin. I don't know if I've ever made that a mention, but like, Baron Corbin's gimmick is cool, like that kind of, you know, lone rider thing, because I kind of relate to it sometimes, because I don't like a lot of people like that sometimes, and I like that. That's cool. His finisher is cool. His signature is cool. It's just I don't know why I can't get behind Baron Corbin, and I could barely get behind Dolph Ziggler as it is, but it's something different. Kind of, I guess. It was something that I didn't expect to happen, and it happened. So now I want to see what WWE's going to do with this. Probably nothing, as they always do with the mid-card titles. But anyways, on SmackDown, because the IC title before Roman Reigns won it, well, no, I'll give Roman Reigns his credit. He's been defending it every week and has been having good matches with it. So the IC title is actually doing pretty well on Raw right now because, you know, Brock Lesnar shows up whenever he wants. But anyways, I'm not trying to take too much time. The next match we ended up having was the first out of the two good matches we got tonight, which was the SmackDown Tag Team Championship match, and one of WWE's favorite matches because we get them at least once a week, which is a fatal 4-way match or a fatal 5-way match. Anyways, we had a fatal 4-way tag team match with the New Day versus Gable and Benjamin as in Shelton Benjamin, Rusev and Aiden English, and they're all vying for the SmackDown Tag Champs, which are the Usos. And as soon as the match started, Aiden English came out. He started to mention Rusev Day. Boston was lit because they are over with Rusev Day. Rusev is over once again with this Rusev Day gimmick. They were cheering for Rusev when he came to the ring. Then when Aiden English started singing, he made a 12 Days of Christmas remix with Rusev Day. It was clean. The fans loved it. Then Benjamin and Gable came out. The music's trash. I wish they would just give them Shelton Benjamin's theme song or something like that. Then the New Day came out. You know, New Day's going to get cheered no matter what. And the Usos came out. They came out in yellow looking like, you know, I don't know. These yellow thugs. Anyways, that doesn't make any sense. But they came out, cut a promo, said we got a remix to the 12 days. And then after every day, they would just say lockdown. So they say 12 days lockdown, 12 days lockdown, 11 days lockdown, 10 days lockdown. And then keep going on. The fans was lockdown. The match gets started. And before like the first minute, it was already a giant brawl at the beginning of the match. Just everybody fighting each other. Let me say something about Shelton Benjamin. He looked like a beast in this match. He was suplexing people off the top rope. Him and Chad Gable. Chad Gable went brazy in this match, especially towards the end of the match. He was going crazy. But Shelton Benjamin, he's one of the most underrated people in WWE. Like, I felt as though the titles he got worked, but I felt like he should have gotten at least a more prominent role on WWE TV, like a more main event role than a mid-card role. Shelton Benjamin is very underrated. Like, he had more of a main event role on ECW, but at that point, who was really watching ECW at that point? I mean, I was, because I was like 10 at the time, so I watched anything WWE, but just for the adults and other people that watch wrestling more and more, He was the main event on ECW at one point, but I felt as though he could have been a main event on at least SmackDown if it wasn't going to be Raw. He could have been a World Heavyweight Champion, I think. Shelton Benjamin is very underrated, might I say. He's very underrated. But anyways, the match was awesome, as most tag team matches are on SmackDown Live. The tag team division on SmackDown is pretty lit, you know. Raw's division is like, they have teams, but they only choose to use 2 teams, which is Seth and Dean in the Bar. Like, they have Gallows and Anderson. They have well, the Revival is coming back, but I don't even know if they would use them yet because I don't know. But you got the Revival. Oh, hold on. I'm sorry for that. You have the Revival. You also have Gallows and Anderson. Yeah, but anyways, this match was fun. Rusev and Aiden English were over. We had dives. We had suplexes. We had kicks to the face, super kick extravaganzas from the Usos. We had kick to the back of the head. We had one part where Rusev kicked Kofi Kingston with like a roundhouse kick, knocked him out, and then literally just flung Big E into the ring post. It was interesting. The match was all crazy. But let's get to the end of the match when there was so many near falls, I should say, or near falls concerning submissions this time, as Rusev was putting people in the whatchamacallit, the well, matter of fact, let me reverse that. So first, towards the end of the match, the Usos were super kicking everybody just because they do what they want. They were about to super kick Benjamin and Gable, and they were going to go for a power bomb. Well, Shelton Benjamin went for a very vicious power bomb on Jey Uso, and then Chad Gable put Jimmy Uso in a clover leaf, and he was about to tap out until I think it was Rusev that stopped it. Either Rusev or Aiden English. They ended up getting taken out. Then Rusev would put... Who did he put in the accolade? He put Big E in the accolade once, but then that was towards the end of the match. It was somebody else he put in the accolade. Really trying to think of this without looking it up. Screw it, I'm gonna have to look this up real quick. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. I'm glad I'm on the He put Chad Gable in the he put Chad Gable in the accolade. Then Big E comes in, breaks it up. The Big E went for the big ending. It looks like he was going for the midnight hour. And then Aiden English knocks Kofi Kingston off of the top rope. Yes, now I'm starting to remember it. Then he put Big E in the accolade. Then once he put him in the accolade, my boy Chad Gable came in. German suplex Rusev. German suplex Aiden English so clean, like he had him rolled from the rope from the the turnbuckle and then suplexed him, my man, threw him all the way in there, turned him inside out. Then he ended up hitting a German suplex on Big E, straight deadlifting power. Then he hit a what is it? Yeah, then he did that. Jimmy ran in, he went for a roll up. Jimmy came in, super kicked everybody. The Usos hit the big splash. I'm literally reading this off the website. They hit the splash on Gable and they covered them for the to retain the titles. And the Usos are still your SmackDown Live Tag Team Champions. Honestly, I'm gonna say this: the Usos are the best tag team in WWE right now. You cannot deny me on this. They have consistently had the best matches, tag team matches on SmackDown. Hell, in WWE. They beat the Bar, so they beat the Raw Tag Team Champions. So I'm pretty sure the Usos have to be the best tag team in WWE today, right now. That whole gimmick change they did has really saved them and made them an even better tag team. But let's get to the next match, which was... Oh, man. I tried. We're going to get to this match. It's going to be really short because nothing really happened in this match. We had Natalya take on Charlotte Flair for the SmackDown Live Women's Championship match in a lumberjack or lumberjill match. It had the Riot Squad. Make sure you add an extra T on that Riot for no reason at all, which was Ruby Riott, Liv Morgan, and Sarah Logan, right? You have them three. Then you add Naomi, who's the only babyface in this match, Tamina, Lana, and Carmella. Yeah, so basically the rest of the SmackDown Women's Division, because we have nothing else for them to do. Let's just make them lumberjacks. And the match happened. Natalya kept throwing Charlotte to the outside. Nothing really interesting happened in this match, honestly. The only thing interesting that happened was Naomi hit an outside dive on everybody. Carmella was about to cash in. Ruby Riott broke it up. She didn't let her cash in. Charlotte hit a moonsault. Then she ended up putting Natalya in the figure eight. Natalya tapped out. Charlotte retained the title, and then Natalya cut a promo, basically turning heel again, even though she was already a heel, saying the fans turned their back on her, so now she's going to turn her back on them. She starts crying, walks to the back. I don't know. The women's division in WWE is flawed right now. It is horrible. They just do whatever they want over there. They have no kind of respect for the women division on the main roster. It's either multi-man matches or... It's either multi-women matches or it's a lackluster pay-per-view match. One or the other. That's what you get out of Raw and SmackDown women matches. Anyways, we got Breezango taking on the Bludgeon Brothers. In this match, was everything I wanted to be and more, as in I wanted almost pure destruction. Because if you had the Bludgeon Brothers, whose whole thing is that they're on destruction, right? They beat everybody up, they destroy everybody. That's their whole gimmick, right? So they have their big pay-per-view match. There's no way Breezango should have lasted no more than 3 minutes. And this match was really short, and it was dominant. So as the match started, you know, Tyler Breeze came in with his thought attire on. My man's had on the... My man's Tyler Breeze had his hair pinned up, and he had on shorts, but he looked just like a thought because he had on a crop top. He just... Thought Breeze everyone. Thought Tyler Breeze everyone. Oh my God. The match was pure destruction. They killed Tyler Breeze. They literally did this like reverse kind of I guess you would say a flapjack or something like that to the apron, knocking him out. They took out Fandango, and then they hit their finisher. They made easy work of Breezango. Breezango was dead. And after that, they cut a promo, right? They just said, you know, they're gonna bring more destruction. Da 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 da. Luke Harper slaps the ever-living crap out of Eric Rowan. Then they say they're the Bludgeon Brothers. Boom. Now let's see what's going to happen next. Are they going to still be a tag team 3 months from now? Are they going to be in prominent tag team roles 3 months from now? Find out on the next episode of WWE. Anyways, after that, we got to our second to last match, which was Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens versus Randy Orton and Shinsuke Nakamura and a special guest referees match, which Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon were both the referees. And the stipulation is, if Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens lose this match, they are fired from all of WWE. So they can't lose, then show up on Raw. They can't just lose and then show up on NXT for no apparent reason. No, they're gone from WWE. Which is, if I were them, I would probably be a little happy considering the booking stuff WWE does these days to a lot of prominent wrestlers. But anyways, especially one in this match, and extra Shinsuke Nakamura. Anyways, let's get to the match. The first part of the match was uninteresting to me. I was barely paying attention, but then once I kind of turned my attention to the match, it was actually more entertaining than I thought it would be. Let me look up so I can see if there's anything important to talk about, because there was some good stuff towards the end of the match, which is always the best part of the match, is the end of the match, you know, because then the match would be over with, especially if it's a crap match. But anyways, so we had a lot of near falls, you know. It started off as your standard SmackDown tag team main event match, if that makes any sense. Like, you know, over the summer, WWE would do a tag team match almost every week on SmackDown, and it was usually the same wrestlers, or they would take 2 wrestlers out and replace them with somebody else because they were like in a Money in the Bank match. That's what it started off as. Then towards the end of the match, when they start entering the more dynamic of Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan being the referees, because at one point I forgot they were the referees until they actually started doing stuff, and it was nice. So one of the bigger moments that happened was when Kevin Owens did a frog splash through the announce table off of another announce table to Shinsuke Nakamura, putting him through the table. That was clean. I like that. That was cool. But the ending of the match is what really made this match nice. So we had my man's Randy Orton take out, I believe he took out Kevin Owens, went for a DDT on, no, Kevin Owens was dead because I think he did the frog slash or whatever. I don't know. I don't remember how Kevin Owens got taken out to where he had interfered in the match. But then he hit the DDT on Sami Zayn, and then he went for the RKO, right? Shane McMahon counted 1, 2, Kevin Owens pushed Daniel Bryan over Shane McMahon, thus stopping the count. Kevin Owens gets an RKO for his trouble from Randy. Right. Then Daniel Bryan looked shocked the whole time, and then he was explaining what happened. They're arguing. Then Sami Zayn went for a. It's not called the roll up. Is it called? I don't know what it's called, but it's the one complicated ass roll up where it looks. It's weird, but he went for it to where Randy Orton's shoulders was on the ground. Daniel Bryan counted 1, 2. Then when Randy Orton put Sami Zayn on his shoulders, Shane McMahon counted 1, 2. Then it was just, you know, I really cannot think today. It was just roll up after roll up. Then eventually they got out of it. Then Sami Zayn did something. What did Sami Zayn do? Yeah. So after they were just trading roll up attempts or whatever, eventually Sami Zayn got a roll up. Shane McMahon started counting 1, 2, then he stopped, basically trying to screw the match over, trying to basically trying to be tit for tat with Daniel Bryan a little bit. And then he was like, Shane, what are you doing? Da, 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 da. Then I thought Randy Orton was gonna RKO Daniel Bryan, because then that would have known that Daniel Bryan is going to be able to take bumps and he was going to be able to wrestle. Because I think that was the bigger thing about this match is Daniel Bryan going to take bumps? Are we going to see him wrestle in the near future? Because it looks like they might be doing a whole angle between Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan. And it's like a slow build. But that would have definitely confirmed us that Daniel Bryan might be wrestling in the near future if he would have took the RKO. But he didn't give him RKO, so I think that was pretty anticlimactic, because I think that was the bigger thing WWE was, the fans, including myself, was looking forward to, is seeing if Daniel Bryan was going to take a bump. And he took no kind of bump at all. So then when Randy Orton picked up Sami Zayn for an RKO, Sami Zayn went for another roll-up. Daniel Bryan did the fast count in 3 seconds, like legit 3 seconds. It was like 1, 2, 3, like that. He literally clapped the mat, and they won. And they looked at each other, and then they were celebrating on the outside. Daniel Bryan was with them, but he was looking at Shane. Honestly, Daniel Bryan is not in the wrong. The person that is in the wrong is Shane McMahon, because he tried to screw over Sami Zayn by counting 1, 2, then stopping himself. Daniel Bryan did nothing wrong. He was pushed into somebody which stopped the count, but he did nothing wrong. He counted the match. I don't know. Now, what's going to happen after? I guess that's something you're going to have to look forward to on SmackDown, which is, I guess they finally have something for me to look forward to on SmackDown, because SmackDown for the past month has not really been the show of shows, I should say. Raw has been alright. Like, Raw's been having some good, like, matches, but SmackDown has been really lackluster. But that has been SmackDown this whole 2017 post Superstar Shakeup. A lot of lackluster SmackDowns. But you know what never seems to disappoint me? NXT. NXT TV, NXT TakeOver. Ring of Honor never disappoints me a lot. A few times, but... And New Japan, I know I sound like a mark or whatever, but I don't really care. SmackDown sometimes disappoints me, but I want it to be great. Raw disappoints, but sometimes Raw has its moments, which is something we rarely get, was where we get a good Raw or we get a almost perfect Raw, which is something we'll never get, but sometimes we get close to it, I guess. I don't know. Main roster stuff. Anyways, let's get to the main event of the match. Honestly, this might be match of the night because it was a breakout performance. It was something I've wanted to see since Jinder Mahal's been in the main event, and that's putting on a great main event match. Anyways, we had him take on AJ Styles for the WWE Championship. I like the video package as they showed all the previous WWE champions. They showed how prestigious this title is and basically the meaning of this match. What this meant. Jinder Mahal felt as though he wasn't ready. He wasn't ready. He was Kevin Hart. He wasn't ready. He was on a UK tour. AJ Styles just happened to be more ready than him. He won the title. It was a big crowd reaction. All that good stuff. So then the match happened. Breakout performance by Jinder Mahal. This is how Jinder Mahal should have been when he was champion. But let me say this. Jinder Mahal, I felt as though the reason his matches have been really lackluster, I felt like he hasn't had the right opponents. The reason I say this is his matches with AJ have been good. His match on SmackDown was good because he was able to sort of dominate and show his strength. His match with Randy Orton, you got to put some of that blame on Randy Orton. Randy Orton is very complacent kind of in WWE, where he knows what works for him. He knows whatever he does, he knows what to get the crowd to pop with. He knows he doesn't have to do a lot for the people to be invested in his matches. So he didn't really do as much as he needed to in order to make Jinder look legitimate. And then with Shinsuke, I felt as though Shinsuke wasn't ready for no main event push. Shinsuke wasn't even ready for anything. Like, at that point, Shinsuke was watered down. He just wasn't groomed for main roster, and he definitely wasn't groomed for the main event yet. That was definitely sure. So, of course, they're going to have not that good of a match because Shinsuke is watered down. Jinder hasn't really done anything, but his match with AJ Styles was great. I liked how he flung AJ Styles around like a child, especially this one spot where he literally threw AJ Styles into a exposed like barricade, but he took the padding off in a straight steel. My man's AJ went flying over it, but he did go like rib first into it. Jinder was destroying the ribs, but then AJ also did work on the knee. All kind of crazy stuff that happened in this match. A lot of dominance from Jinder. I would say this match was more dominated by Jinder than AJ. Like AJ after a while would get his stuff in, and then Jinder would go right back to destroying AJ Styles. This was a good match. I really enjoyed this a lot. Let me click on something real quick. Yeah, I really did. I like that the Singh brothers didn't get as involved in the match as previous. Like, they stopped Jinder from kicking, from AJ from like winning because they pulled Jinder or something like that. So AJ literally went for whatchamacallit. He did a phenomenal form to the outside on Singh, one of the Singh brothers, and then hit a Styles Clash on the other. Went back in, went for the phenomenal forearm, but my man's Jinder literally caught him, hit the Colossus, almost flipping AJ Styles inside out with the Colossus. I like it when he hits the move on smaller people because he can just fling them around like children, like pillows. He couldn't do that to Randy. He couldn't do that to Shinsuke. He could barely do that to Shinsuke. But to like AJ Styles, who is shorter and kind of smaller, flung him around like, oh my goodness, that was insane. And then the more ending of this match, AJ Styles went for the calf crusher. And for the first time, he actually won the match, a championship match with a calf crusher. I'm trying to think. I think he might have defeated The Miz with the calf crusher before. I don't remember. He might have not. But he defeated Jinder with it. And I thought he was going to defeat him with either, you know, the phenomenal forearm or the Styles Clash. One funny part, before I forget, was my man's Jinder hit the cleanest pose. After he had hit the Colossus and AJ kicked out, he put AJ in the position for the Styles Clash, and he flung his arms just like AJ Styles. It was hilarious. It looked so clean when he flung his arms out like he was going for it. And then that's what eventually set up for the calf crusher. And Jinder was crawling, you know, giving himself some hope. Went up, tried to grab the ropes. AJ literally rolled him around, put him back in the calf crusher, and Jinder tapped out, holding his knees, selling, and yeah, AJ Styles retained the WWE Championship. Now, I don't know what's next for Jinder. Hopefully, he's not back to being a jobber. I actually want to see Jinder in a prominent role on SmackDown. Like, I don't want to see him go back to being, you know, the jobber he was known as. I want to see him do something else, you know, go after the U.S. title. His whole thing is, you know, before or when he was just becoming champion or on his road to being champion, he was talking about how, you know, America is against people of his kind, you know, minorities basically. I'm not going to get into a politics talk because politics it's messed up. Not politics. Why the fuck I just say politics? What the fuck? I'm so stupid. Whatever you would call it when it comes to race and all this other kind of stuff. Yeah, I guess you would just call it race itself. But anyways, yeah, he could just talk about how he's rebuilding America and his image, how he thinks America should be, da-da-da. And he can do that because he's the United States champion. But anyways, what do I know? I'm 17 years old. What do I know? Anyways, like, comment, favorite, subscribe. Do what you do. Support the channel. I don't know. I say it all the time, but I'm going to continue to say it. Videos coming soon. I'm just lazy. Finals is coming up, bruh. Christmas break coming soon. Getting PC upgrades, all kind of crazy stuff. Listen, fam. You gotta give me time, dog. YouTube ain't hard. And then it's kind of... YouTube ain't hard. YouTube ain't easy, dog. It ain't easy to please all these people. And then the way YouTube is now, it's really hard to be motivated to make videos in the first place. Because YouTube is garbage. It's like the only way you could ever get famous on YouTube is if you rap stupid shit. Because that's what most of these rappers do. Jake Paul, for example. Or if you start a fake beef with somebody, or an exposed video, or a prank video that's obviously fake, and they put gone wrong, gone sexual, or gone right. I've barely seen any of those. Or I don't. It's not a shot to reaction channel because I do watch a few reaction channels, but reaction channels itself, or just overall trying to expose somebody. I guess that those 5 things, or in like a drama channel, those 5 things are the only way you'll ever get famous on YouTube, because it's broadcast yourself, but it's really sell your soul. That's what YouTube is. I don't know. I'm going on a rant over something that I don't need to. Anyway, guys, you know what to do. I'm losing my voice. Like the video. Thank you for watching. Really appreciate it. Videos should be coming soon. Hopefully, this won't be the previous video before the next upload, which will be the Royal Rumble review. Anyways, I'm rambling. Anyway, guys, I'm out. Peace.